ElectraCast.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Welcome to the Congressional Record Daily Digest, where we bring you all the previous day's U.S. legislative proceedings in 4 minutes or less. In today's episode, we bring you the Congressional Record for May 12, 2025.
Today, in Congress, the Senate introduced 14 bills and 3 resolutions. Among the bills reported out of committee, Senate Bill 632 would amend the Indian Health Care Improvement Act to allow recipients of Indian Health Service scholarships and loans to meet their service requirements through part-time clinical work. Senate Bill 689 would approve the settlement of water rights claims for the Tule River Tribe. Senate Bill 719 would update the Tribal Forest Protection Act to improve tribal involvement in forest management. The Senate also resumed debate on the Genius Act, a bill to regulate the use and issuance of payment stablecoins. The discussion reflects ongoing concerns about digital currency oversight and financial stability. Several high-level nominations were under consideration. Emil Michael of Florida was introduced as the nominee for Undersecretary of Defense for Research and Engineering. Eric Matthew Ueland of Virginia was considered for Deputy Director for Management at the Office of Management and Budget. Sean Donahue of Florida was nominated to serve as an assistant administrator at the Environmental Protection Agency. The Senate began the formal process of limiting debate on all 3 nominations, with votes scheduled for later this week. The Senate continued consideration of Reed Rubenstein of Maryland, nominated to be legal advisor at the Department of State. Debate was officially limited by a cloture vote of 52 to 45, with final confirmation scheduled for the following day. Additional votes were scheduled for Troy Mink of Virginia, nominated to be Secretary of the Air Force, and James Danley of Tennessee, nominated to be Deputy Secretary of Energy. Monica Crowley of New York was confirmed as Chief of Protocol with the rank of Ambassador in a 52 to 45 vote. The Senate also received several new judicial nominations. These included 4 nominees for federal district courts in Missouri, 1 for the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals in Tennessee, and 1 for the Superior Court of the District of Columbia. 3 nominations were withdrawn, including proposed appointees for positions in the Department of Defense, the Office of Special Counsel, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. In committee activity, the Senate Armed Services Subcommittee on Strategic Forces held a closed-door briefing on space superiority. Senior officials from the United States Space Force presented on intelligence, strategy, and resource planning related to national space defense. The House of Representatives was not in session and held no votes or committee meetings. The House will reconvene at 12 noon on Tuesday, May 13th. Those were the key activities of May 12, 2025 in the U.S. Congress.
Subscribe to receive daily or rate or review so others can find us as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Congressional Record Daily Digest. This has been an ElectraCast media production. Executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Produced and edited by Hannah Riggs.
ElectraCast.